fourth action, I'll have flanking.
Yep.
Can you put I guess flanking on the direwolf?
Flat-footed should already be on the
Okay.
direwolf.
All
I
right.
believe
Cool.
it is.
Dave has a special term when an
It
NPC is
does.
surrounded by all sides. What do you call it again, Dave? It's
The
not the
gang up
proper.
bonus. The gang up
Oh, you
bonus.
said the gang up. Okay, all right, yeah, the gang up. Yes.
Yeah. Now, if we were playing Savage Worlds, it would be the gangbang bonus. But you know, oh gosh, too good. All right, so Emu, you're up. Round
All
number
right.
6.
I'm feeling much more confident now that we've seen the Bargus go down. So yeah, I will scoot up to here, and I will try to stab the dire wolf too. Huh?
You hit.
Oh, but that still hit.
You hit with
Oh,
a 2. Nice.
thank goodness we're fighting dire wolves right now and not the other thing. So, all right, cool. And since that worked, I'll try my last action, do a second stab. That looks good.
And the
Nice.
dwarf goes down. Very nice, everybody. Was getting a little hairy. I think all of the cannon fodder minions kind of helped out a little bit. So obviously, this is a very oddly shaped cave. Has a very strong stench of animals, all kinds of piles of bones and antlers, fur scraps all over the place. Well, over here to the right-hand side, on the pile of bones, is your companion and friend, the Professor.
Hey, Professor, do you have another change of pants?
He just kind of chuckles and he says, "We can take care of that once we get back to camp."
I need King to throw me in a tub of water right now.
All right, let's search this place real quick and get the professor out of here.
Sure thing. So you guys basically get a good gander. Everybody, give me a perception check, please. All right, so in the room here with the piles of bones, there's basically nothing. There's teeth, etc., from the animals that were killed and eaten.
Are they canine teeth?
Sure, they can be canine teeth. Yeah, sure. There's a couple of canine teeth in there. So if you would like to take a few to maybe make a necklace or something like that, that could be handled. That's for sure. That could be done.
Hey, Jorp, you should take some from that Bargist. Make a great necklace.
And I'll run up there and start stabbing into the Argus of mouth.
Wow.
And Emu will be doing that with the dire wolf. Like, yeah, these will make a great set of necklaces.
Jorg going full murder hobo on that. I like that. So you guys look around and you don't see anything else. No treasure, no hidden containers anywhere, anything like that. So these two cave rooms have been cleared.
I think Bargist keep all their treasure inside them. They swallow it all, I think.
Like the cube?
So, yeah, we should dissect it and then see if there's anything on the inside. Like there's probably a sack of gold in its belly.
Yeah, you slosh it around, slice his stomach open, and you don't find anything.
That's weird. It's normally there.
Partly decomposed, pieces of meat and some chips of bone and everything. So, however, I will say that you guys do still have that bag that you had found in the last session. The bag where you couldn't see the bottom of it when you opened it up.
We're gonna explore the bag.
Jump in there. Jump in there, Jorp, and count how long it takes before you reach the bottom.
I'll climb inside the bag. Do you need my Constitution score to know how long I can hold my breath?
I don't. I think you can jump in. Let me just take a quick gander at this bag. I do believe that.
Is this the part where I remind everyone that David does like to throw bags of devouring occasionally into the game system?
You're able to actually get in. It has a large opening, and you're able to jump in, and you can see the light from where the bag is. The entrance of the bag to where. But yes, you are inside of the bag. It just looks like a regular mundane sack. It has some pretty cool decorations and stuff, like we already talked about.
Can we see Jorp from the outside once he goes inside?
No, but you can hear him. If he's talking, you could definitely hear him.
Hey, Mighty Dragon, are you in there?
The air does seem like it's pretty. The air is definitely thin inside of this bag. That's for sure.
I throw a couple bones in there from the stack.
Boom, boom.
Like,
Plink you on the head.
hey, there you go. It's not empty anymore.
What's kind of comfy? Can you guys just carry me back to wherever we're going?
There are a couple of things that you are kicking around down there inside of the bag. Yeah.
Oh, what do I see?
You don't see anything, but
there's stuff there. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Start
feel some stuff
tossing
kicking
things
around.
out of the bag.
Sure. Yeah. So as you guys are holding the bag open, Jorm is talking to you. 3 items come flying out of the pack and falling on the ground. So for one of these items, all of you give me a dexterity check. Just a dexterity check.
Uh-oh.
Open or tower?
Open. Yeah, this can just be open. The only time I really want tower rolls are like contest or maybe stealth checks or opening lock checks. Oh, you're so lucky, Emu. So Emu, as these items are flying out, one after the other, 3 items to tell you, you see a vial, a potion go flying out of the bag, and with your dexterity check, you are able to very nimbly get over to where the potion, and you do like a Pete Rose slide, and the potion lands in your hands just before it hits the ground.
Oh, it turned Jorp into a vial. I saved his life. Quick, turn him back. Omi, can you turn him back into a kobold?
Oh, I don't know. Are you sure that's him?
Jorp, can you hear me? We'll fix it.
You can definitely hear him from inside the bag.
Let me cast Detect Magic.
All 3 of the items are magical that were thrown out of the bag. And you guys are able to determine that the potion that you caught, Emu, is a lesser elixir of life. So that's basically a 3d6 plus 6 hit point heal.
Nice. Are we exploring anymore, or are we going right straight back to the circus?
I'm following the group.
I felt a little bit.
Get out of the bag.
I felt a little bit beat up, and I'm kind of thinking 010 is probably going to need some more of his magic blasties in case we see any more bad guys.
These last couple fights, I've been great on the hit points. There, it's just my spells are gone though.
Yeah,
we might need to go back to camp, but I don't know if we're done clearing out this swamp though, guys.
Yeah, this is basically your second day in
You
the
got like
swamp.
a week to do it.
Yeah, you drain in the swamp.
Well, if we're gonna keep exploring, we should rest for a little while and heal everyone
Kind of
up.
resting these bones.
Yeah, we definitely rest in here.
Well, you guys remember is there anything that you guys did not do in this cave? You've definitely explored the entire cavern system.
Well, there was a place up north that we didn't really like. We kind of looked over there when we went back.
Very good. Yes, that is That was that old abandoned campsite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we did look in this bottom area down here too. We looked in both of the where the Bargus was.
That's correct. Yeah, and I had you guys do a perception roll.
One.
And Joe, the way that I do treasure is like this: if there's treasure in a room, you guys find it. That's cool and dandy. But even if there's nothing, because we're playing modularized content, and even if there isn't something that says this room has this in it, I still will always allow you guys to do perception rolls in any room or any chamber or anywhere. And I usually reward on like a 20. So it's just like a house rule that I have. So
I think you're doing the same thing in the 5e game.
yes, that is correct. Yeah. And we play that tomorrow. Wow, 2 days back to back.
Back to back.
All right. So yeah, you guys did not investigate. You knew that it was an abandoned campsite, but as for actually investigating, I remember you guys said that you were going to come back, and thank you, Doug, for remembering that. So
sometimes if you put those teeth that we just got, we put them on the pillow, the tooth fairy will come and we'll leave like
maybe
money
leave you
underneath the
gold.
pillow.
Yeah, maybe a platinum. No, I wouldn't say a platinum. I don't know if the tooth fairy is that rich. But...
I mean, it's a Bargus tooth. That's got to be rare.
Oh yeah.
And then we follow the fairy back and get all the gold.
And all the teeth, so that we can get more money from other teeth fairies.
So you're just going to strategically place every time you're low on cash, you're just going to put one of those Bargas tooths on the pillow or under the pillow?
Before we go to sleep?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna patch up Jorp a little bit with my medicine skill, and since I have I have assurance, I can take 10 in medicine, so I automatically roll a 20, so I can heal 2d8 plus 10 to Jorp.
Cool.
Okay.
Thank you.
We have to rest 10 minutes if you want me to do that again to someone.
So as you guys are doing this, I'm probably, it's fair to assume that you guys are also searching the cavern as well. Okay.
I think we would probably take at least an hour or so. I mean, if he can keep doing medicine heals eventually until we're all healed back up before we leave. I don't know if there's any downside to doing that.
Yeah, you want to take an hour? I can roll 5 more times then.
Yeah, take an hour. Maybe do a random encounter roll as well.
I have continual recovery feat, so I can treat every 10 minutes instead of every hour.
Yeah, that'd be good.
What time of day is it right now?
It is, I would say it would be late afternoon, early dusk, where the sun is starting to lower. It is going down. So as you guys are searching around and doing medicine checks and everything, one of you finds in the bedroll there was a notebook, basically, and it's a nice loose leaf leather-bound parchment notebook, and you look in it to see what's whose it might be, and it has the name Juniper inscribed in it. Juniper. And I'll put Juniper in the chat. So yes, it has this notebook. It's a beautiful book, actually. And it had like this knotted silver cord wrapped around it. In fact, it would look something like this book here that I have. Like a leather-bound book with a silvery string wrapped around it.
Does it have any pictures in it?
The journal, as you're looking through it, it details the exploits of a pickpocket, kind of detailing how he was once a pickpocket, and then he turned into a very renowned cat burglar on the streets of Escadar.
I like the
And-
guy already. It's good stuff.
Yeah, right. It is the year 4719. I believe the current year is 4719, and all of the dates of this journal are going back from 4700 to 4712. So there's about a 12-year period from almost 20 years ago, and basically you're kind of just flipping through it, and this guy seemed really talented, and it just continuously talks about all of these crimes, and these crimes just kind of grow and grow and grow up to the stopping point, which the last entry or the final entry is in 4712. But the last part of the journal, it kind of refers to Andera Pauldreen, and Pauldreen was basically on Juniper's heels, and Juniper thought at one time that maybe this new, this not sheriff, but a very competent deputy was possibly going to catch Juniper.
Is Andara Pauldreen, is that the one that's currently like the mayor or whatever? And
Yes,
town?
she is the chief constable for the town of Escobar. Escobar.
Pablo.
For Pablo, yes. For Chief Pablo of the town of Pablo Escobar.
Did he mention anything about any stashes?
You know what? You are. Has someone read this module by chance? No, I'm just kidding. I know you haven't. Like, you got time to read anything, Doug. Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned that, because in addition, there is a text that has a sketch of this cave system, and it has a location to where there's an inventory of stolen items that was put into a glade type area outside of the cave system. And then it kind of rings a bell. You already found that.
Oh, okay.
Remember that where you guys found that hole in the tree? Yeah.
In the tree, yep.
Yep. And then you also find a couple of items that were in like a shallow pit dug under the bedroll, and it's a small chest. You open it up, there was no kind of traps or anything on that. Surprisingly, Juniper didn't trap that. But in the chest, there is a cloak and several leather-bound picks, and looks like some type of tool set, and some gems. Now, you still have that detect magic spell up, Omi?
Yeah, it's a pulse, so I'll just cast it again.
Okay, all right. So the cloak, it has a magical aura to it. And let's see. There's eight gems, so there's about 80 gems, or 80 gold worth of gems. And then that is it for items that are glowing. But it looks like there's a toolkit that would, basically lockpicks, if you have skills in thievery. And then there's also, more.
And so this was underneath the bedroll?
Correct, yes.
You see, guys, if you put a tooth on top of the pillow, this is what happens.
Should go back and get the rest of the Bargus tooth.
Yeah.
Yes, your tooth is consumed, and there's a little note that says, "Love
Thank you.
the fairy godmother. Love the chupacabra." So yes, the cloak has a glow to it, and then there are also several packs of like thieves' tools and stuff like that,
I definitely
replacement
like these
tools,
tools.
etc.
Yeah.
All right,
So
I'll try
I'll go
to.
ahead and add the 80 gold over here to gems.
Can I do an Arcana check for the magical cloak?
If you would like to do that, you can for identifying
Right,
magical
yeah.
items. Yeah, yeah, you can definitely do a yeah.
This guy definitely sounds like my kind of guy. I like him already. Maybe if
All right.
he's in town and maybe got captured, we'll spring him, and then he could join our circus.
Oh,
Hmm.
Yeah, I was going to try too.
Yeah, sure. If you want to go ahead and try. So yeah, Zero, you're looking at this cloak and you're going, man, I think I've really seen this somewhere before, in an old text or writing, and Omi's able to assist you to where this is a clandestine cloak, and this cloak once per day. You can pull the hood because it is a hooded cloak. You can pull the hood up and gain benefits for like non-detection for an hour, or until you pull the hood back down, whichever comes first. So when you pull the hood up of this non-descript gray cloak, you become drab and uninteresting, gaining +1 to like stealth checks and deception checks and stuff. So you basically just kind of blend into a crowd, basically. But yeah, you can do this once a day. And it's called the Clandestine Cloak, and I have actually ID'd that in the party sheet for you.
I thought you were going to say you got one on the shelf behind you and you were going to pull it out and be like, see, it's from WizKids.
Oh, no. I wish. I wish.
is this a normal size cloak? Is it big enough for emu?
Yeah, it's big enough for any of you. Yeah, it's definitely a humanoid cloak, for sure.
Emu, once you have this cloak, it'll help you with your stealth.
I like it. I like it.
All right, yeah, I'll take the.
Sure, and during that hour, you can take some, you can kind of ham it up.
Yeah, we're both playing with the cloak.
Yeah.
Can you see me now? What about now?
Can you check it on my sheet? It's still showing unidentified magic cloak for me.
Let's see here.
In the party sheet, and then I dragged it over.
All right, I will. Oh, it's on your sheet then, right? That's why I was not seeing it.
Yeah, now it's on my sheet.
Okay.
I guess I'll take the thieves' tools
yeah.
too, unless someone else wants them. Let's see.
There you go. So when I ID'd it, you must have ninja'd it over to your sheet before I ID'd it, and it went in. Yeah.
Huh.
So there you go. You got the clandestine cloak.
All right, and I'm taking the thieves' tools too. Does anybody else need thieves' tools?
Not me.
All right.
I believe that those tools and picks are already identified.
Yep.
That saved you a bunch of gold. That saved you probably 100 gold at least, I would imagine. And your hour goes by, and there was no random encounters during this hour.
What's the plan?
What time of day is it now?
It's early evening. Sun is just starting to go down over the horizon. It's starting to get dark outside.
All right, let's head back to camp and maybe set up for the night. Unless anybody wants to do some shopping first.
Yeah, you are a couple of miles outside of town, so you guys are starting to get a pretty good hoard of coins and gems, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Omi would like to try to get a hold of a sturdy shield if he could.
Yeah. Escadar is a pretty large place with many, shops and merchants, and so yeah, you would have no problem getting something like that. All right, folks. So you guys get back to the camp. Of course, you guys are heroes saving the professor, and you have these rat folk. And so what would you like to formally bring on this new performance, this new possible act, which would be Fidget's fireworks. Fidget had a close call though. Fidget almost didn't make it.
She almost firebombed us too, but other than that, it's all good.
Yeah, we'll have them audition, make sure their
Yeah,
act is
yeah.
good, and if we like it.
So you guys still have 5 more days before your next big performance here in the large town of Escadar. So, Joe, just to touch up on circuses, there's basically 5 acts. Yes, there's 5 acts, and I've kind of modified it to simplify it to where we do 5 acts, and if you have 3 successful acts out of 5, then the entire night is successful in itself. And then you gain money. You can buy upgrades for the circus. You can buy temporary upgrades, like if the next show you want to have beer or something like that, you can buy beer. But then there may be, effects from buying the beer or other temporary stuff. So you guys are back. You guys were able to get 1 upgrade for your circus. And, now that you're back and, the rat folk are kind of mingling around. A couple of them are basically just going to be roustabouts, basically helping with, putting up the circus, taking things down, making sure everything is working properly. So you have a new act, and with your new act, the Fidget actually has a really nice, level 5, gets plus 9 to any kind of acrobatics and performance checks, and has a DC of 20. So the plucky Fidget pulls elaborate fireworks from her bag, lighting and juggling them in a spectacle certain to amaze. So now not only do you have your previous performers, you also have Fidget that can do fireworks. So, Joe, there's also roles that you can do as well. Omi, Zira, and Emu, they're all performers. So they take up 3 of the 5 acts for the show. Would you like to be a performer, or would you like to be a clown? Would you like to be there's all kinds of ways, and that there's all kinds of things that you can do, and you can read this. I've actually got all of the circus stuff here for you, so I'll share that for you. And if you kind of look down, there are non-performer roles. Under what circus roles will you be? So like I said, you can be an animal handler, you can be a backup clown, you can be a band leader, you can be a barker, you can even be the announcer if you want, because the announcer is the original announcer is dead. But you can be a clown coordinator, you can be a costumer, you can be with lighting, a medic, pyrotechnic, security guard, and each one of these non-performer roles give a bonus to a certain aspect of the show. So you can be a performer or a non-performer. So if you want to think about that, because you still have 5 days before the show. So if we keep it as it is, you'll have to have 2 performers, 2 NPCs do performances. But if, Joe, you want to jump in and do an act as well, think of something cool and creative with your skills, performance, strength, acrobatics, whatever you want, and you can be a 4th performer. So that would totally be up to you.
And I think as a mighty dragon, I might want to be security, and then maybe after seeing some shows, maybe change over to.
Sure, because you can always do that, Joe. And for anybody else, if you want to take a show off, and maybe you want to be a clown, or you want to be able to send in the clown twice, or if you want to be security or anything like that, that would be good, because there are random circus events as well. And security can negate those if they have like a negative impact on the performance, like a bunch of drunk hecklers or something from having your beer. So